All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? Welcome back. For the last 5 minutes, I've been singing Life Could Be Dream. It's been stuck in my head. How's it going, guys? May Sam, Dash, good to see you. Moses, Jace, BT. Guys, we got a couple of stocks, but none of them are looking as good as the stocks we had yesterday. So I'm noticing that, right? There could be a bit of a decline in the momentum, which, it's a little too soon for that to be happening if we're on this hot wave. So I'm expecting today to be a day of surprise momentum. And maybe one of these stocks that are looking a little, weaker ends up being really good. So we can come on here to dual screen and let's jump into the action. Let's jump into the action. So for the ones that I have, and I haven't been typing up the watch list, I'll do that right now, so I don't forget. So we have YVR, OCTO, MCOM, and continuation LM and L. All right, let's pose this. We got to get into the habit of posting everything and not forgetting. Big Steve, good morning, good morning. Wrong bet, good morning. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Zay, what's up? Don, Charlie, BT. Yeah, so that's the list that I'm going to be looking at today. So as you guys are tuning in, right? As you're tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. We got to get up there to 200 likes. 200 likes the goal today. So hit that thumbs up button early and let's set the tone. And before I even talk about this watch list, I just want to mention that today is another day where I feel great. I'm grateful and thankful to be able to even be here to trade. And I feel ready. Whatever stock decides it wants to give a move today, Relentless Trader will be on the offensive. I feel so good. I feel amazing. And, these are the days I've been waiting on. So I'll be here and I'll be here every day, feeling good, always. So let's jump into this watch list. We'll start off with OCTO. OCTO, it is down versus a couple days ago, right, where we had an IPO, but it's curling up, and so I want to talk about it. I'll come back to single screen here quickly. So 320, and I'm going to speed through this here because, time is of the essence. We got 320 going back on the daily chart for potential levels. We got 232. Let's see, 230 for the high of this candle here. And so far today, we did break over that level, which is good to see. I'm going to map out 230. We had someone ask the question a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago, how could the 200 EMA make any sense if the stock has not been going for 200 days? And I thought that was pretty interesting, right? And I am not a mathematics person. I am not, calculus in those subjects, because all these indicators are, there's some sort of math behind it, right? Some sort of science, some sort of logic. I thought it was interesting though, right? It's a fair point. But anyhow, not to get distracted, we got 288 for pre-market highs, and pre-market highs from a few days ago, we had 477. I'm going to check this stock out on E-Trade to make sure that it is in fact the recent IPO and that, I'm not being misled. So let me see here. OCTO, if I come back, yes, this is not particularly, we'll jump back to dual screen. Okay. Hold on. OCTO. Yeah, I'm getting two complete different readings here. All right, that's okay. Well, in any case, can we get back to 320? I mean, that's a good start. If this thing can be strong, that's good. If we can get back to 320 and then, 415. And so it's a stock that's been getting beat up over time. Hopefully we can get a nice bounce here today. All right, moving on. Not much really going on there, I guess. Okay, so I'll watch those levels, but we'll see if it does do anything. Moving on. And by the way, let's get these on level 2. OCTO, MCOM, YVR, we'll move on to this one. So YVR is on the scans. It's up 92%, currently at 27 cents. 14 million shares of volume, 17 million shares in the float. Pre-market highs, 39 cents. Let's see, low of the pullback has been around 24. We had our very first high of the level around 30. I'd love to see it back over that area. And then can we see 33 if that happens? So can we get over VWAP? If we do, can we see key levels around 33 and then a break of the pre-market highs? This one could be decent. The 200 EMA I am noticing is at 35, which could be a bit of an issue. So we do have some resistance if it gets going over the pre-market highs. Maybe we get up there to 50 cents. I think that's a decent target. So not bad, but not great that the 200 EMA is right there. MCOM, moving on. MCOM, where is it? MCOM, did it fall off the list? It looks like it might have fell off the list. How much is this up? 11%? Yeah, it's been trending. Well, I guess it's been trending down, right? It's pretty obvious here that we've been. So, okay, I'm not going to be looking at this one anymore. Let's see, can we replace it? There's CNSP, but volume not that high. We can take a look at it. Relentless Trader, ready to go. Dialing in. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't seem like there's much else. Okay, so CNSP. It just started really a couple minutes ago. But it needs to hold up. I'll watch this one. Okay, break of the pre-market highs at 65. Can we hold up though? It's gonna be key here. Daily chart, how are we doing? It's a stock that's gotten beaten up over time, and right now we're curling back up. Can we see 219 out of this? 219, maybe 257. And then this ABCD back here that failed. High, well, let's say pivot, $3. And then high point 344. So there's a couple of levels we can map out on this one for sure. All right. Again, 219. Is 219 a possibility out of this? Yeah, I'd watch those levels. 219, 250, 250, the half dollar. I got 257, a couple of candles there, but no volume, so I doubt whether it would be anything major. But I can keep an eye out. But yeah, if it gets over 344, and then we can attack this range here of the ABCD before it came down. 200 EMA is around 590 E-Trade is telling me. Getting two different readings on that. But it's way out of the way, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, the watch list today is looking kind of soft. Am I missing anything from yesterday? We're definitely not as strong. PALI moving up a bit. Let me see if you guys are calling anything out. Hold on. Discord. FOA is being mentioned. FOA. What is that? FOA. Let's see. Time 26. So we got some time. FOA volume a little too light for me, but there's some daily chart activity there. Continuation. Volume. I think my main stock might be CNSP, but the day is telling me to maybe take it easy, right? The last 3 days, being aggressive in the second, third minute actually might not have been bad, being that we had halts going up and or, just first 1 minute candle make the new high. Today, I don't know if we'll see that. So, and especially being that I've been starting red the last 2 weeks, right? I definitely want to be careful today. So, I think just 500 shares into the open, and then I'll full size it once things makes sense. There is something I wanted to do in my settings, which I forgot, but you guys know me. I don't like to open up my account on stream, right? We don't need any accidents. Security comes first, right? Abdul, how you doing? Richard, what's up? Twin, good morning. Star Seed, Eric H, how you guys doing? Yeah, so today will be a day for patience, and we can bring it in, right? Let's bring it in. Today will be a day for patience. Uh, I don't want to come in guns a-blazing. The momentum seems a little on the weaker side compared to the last 3 days, and you know, we don't need any huge mistakes. So patience for me, and then once we get a stock that's obvious and a direction that's obvious, at that moment is where I can press on the gas and size up and try to go for it. Other than that, I want to take it slow and steady. So 2 minute warning, here it is. Right on time. Right on time. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good day. You guys know my style. Every day I come in here, it's all about being disciplined and being disciplined towards what works, being disciplined towards my rules. And there's nothing right here, right now, telling me that I will not be able to be disciplined. And I trust myself highly to do that and to follow the rules that I know. So before we even get into the opening bell, I already know it's going to be a great day again, right? The streak has been going on for like 4 years now. So I'd be damned if today is the day I just throw my rules out the window. Not going to happen. So yeah, let's see what we get. Let me make sure to record the other screen. And by the way, guys, I did forget to I have yesterday's archive. I forgot to upload for the students, so I'll upload it today. But we'll be good. I'll upload it today. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yeah. So besides that, our disclaimer, right? Remember that day trading is risky. Remember that most beginner traders are having a hard time and are losing. So take it slow. It's best to trade in a simulator. And or if you're going to go live, risk money. Money that if you lose it all, it's not going to affect your livelihood or lifestyle in any way, shape, or form. All right. Do not blindly copy me, as that's the recipe for disaster. You have to understand the strategy for yourself. Remember, my results are not the typical results, right? People are struggling. People are having a hard time. Uh, and lastly, I do not invest money for my subscribers. So be careful of any fake accounts. I will never reach out to you first. All right. People are usually reaching out to me for any questions or help. So if you see a Relentless Trader account reaching out to you, that is a fake account, whether on Discord, Instagram, anywhere else, right? I will never ask for money, and I will never ask for personal information. I'll never ask you to sign up to any crazy suspicious links. So be careful, right? Be careful out there and stay safe. With that being said, in fact, let me not forget to switch back. Yeah, with that being said, here we go. Which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? And ladies and gentlemen, remember to stay hydrated. We got 48 for like a small pivot area here. Is this the one that everyone is looking at? So far, we got 500,000 shares of volume. Oh, are we going to see a push here? Not quite, and it's coming down fast and hard, so not great. We'll see if it's able to hold up over time. FOA, is it really moving? Check it out. Holy smokes. Oh, it's moving all right. I thought the volume was too light. Okay, it's hitting the scans there a couple of times. Holy smokes. Well, I'm very late to the show. All right. We got a high of 210. There are a few buyers here. I got small size. I got small size right now. If it does hold. Very soft break. I'll take 95 for a starter. Getting ready. Come on. Oh, there's sellers popping up. Yeah, there's sellers popping up. But I like that it's not dropping. There's a hidden seller here. Are we going to need a pullback again? Okay, it's a gradual move. All right. I don't know how the first two candles were, but it's not as volatile as I would have expected. So I gotta slow my roll and be more patient with the trades, is what I'm seeing as the adjustment. So I'm gonna size down a little bit, and we'll see if we get entries here. One-minute candle to make the new high, not quite going. Should have just took that off the table. There was a small seller at 15. I didn't think the seller would have done anything. It's only 15,000 shares on a $2 stock, but okay. You know, I can deal with this momentum, but I'd prefer for it to be more active. So it's okay. I know what I have to do, but I have to be patient. We have a double bottom so far. You know, are we likely to see a 5 minute pullback right here? I don't think so, but I'm prepared if it does happen. But it's not really flushing though, right? So it does want to take a bigger pullback. I'll have to play for a bottom. We got VWAP at 99, but let's see where it wants to pull back to. So last candle we had 3 million, 1.4 so far. Okay, decent. The goal will be to get it and get it with size, assuming it does curl back up at some point. So far we have a low of 0.3. VWAP is at 99. We are getting a nice bounce here. Is this it? Is it curling already? Maybe. If it is, I've already missed it. I doubt this fails, but the question is how low does it go? It looks too good on the 5 minute. Tons of guns, no fill. I'll mark it in 95. It is possible it goes to 91, but I'm hoping that that's not the case, of course, here. If it is the case, then I'm, you know, out of luck and I'll be taking a red trade. Do I want to re-average here? Mm-mm-mm. You know what? I'm gonna take it. You know, I don't like to use this word here, but I'm gonna take a chance that this is the bottom already. So I'm gonna add it, and well, if it comes down, well, I'll just take a red trade, right? Uh, Nothing more, nothing less. It's not personal, but it looks good. I think it looks good. I just have to be patient and hope it doesn't pull back to 190. Because if it does, you know, it's a little weaker anyways, right? So are we gonna fail here miserably? Well, it looks like we're gonna fail miserably. I think this is too low. And maybe it does bounce, but I think it's too low. Okay, switching gears. CNSP, red to green. Took a chance. Chance did not work out. From 19 to 91 on a $2 stock. It's like it's too much of a pullback. If it curls back to 210, I'd be surprised, but I mean, maybe it's just an extended dip. Could be the case. The volume profile looks great. So being that the low is 91 now, if it is gonna curl, this is where it needs to start. Like, buyers need to start coming in and then a nice like bottoming wick. If not, it's probably done. Which is what I think it is right now. It's probably done. I could have been more tight on the stop though, but I think it's all good. Yeah, there's 86 Titanic. If it was strong, it would have held up right there. There's no need to pull back that much more if we're strong. Good trade, tighter stop next time. Could have stopped out right at 94, which is what the aim was, but I tried to give it a chance. Question is, do we have anything else that's good? SECO, BBAI, those are being mentioned. Well, is this halted? Oh yeah, nice. Okay, this gives opportunity. What's the what's the daily chart looking like? I hate to start red again, man, but here I am. So I need to, it's important that I'm accurate on these next couple of trades. That way, you know, we can make back something. If not, then just like that, red day recap. The good news here is that, 137 is a daily level, yesterday's high. Good news is that volume is light right now, which means attention can come into the stock. Volume can come into the stock. But on the other hand, I'm thinking it might be a little extended here. I don't mind trading this resumption, but I'm not going to go all out. So I'm just going to do maybe 1,800 shares instead of like 3K. So 48.06 for resumption. FOA, man, a beautiful 5-minute pullback failing. Unbelievable. A beautiful 5-minute pullback. And what about PALI? PALI and what was it? BBAI, I think. PALI, no good. GFAI also moving a little bit. Stocks like GFAI, I like for like small opportunities, but nothing crazy. Is it worth a shot right here? Well, there's a huge spread. Can't get too spread is terrible. Yeah, the bids are evaporating on this one. See, this is the problem with some of these spready stocks. They have nice range, but then the bids sometimes are a little too weak. So I'm just gonna wait for SECO. Stocks like FOA, I can't help but feel like if I was just watching it earlier, but I opted thinking it was just too weak with the volume. But I can't help but think if I was watching it earlier for the 1 minute candle to make the new high at 931, for sure on that big green candle going up, if I had lost money there, then it would have just been tragic. Okay, so waiting for resumption. We got about 20 seconds or so. SECO, small size. Again, I'll have 1,800 shares. We're currently halted at 123. 6, 5, here we go. Sideways resumption. Come on. We do have buyers. There are some buyers there. Shorts coming in, potentially. I'll wait for higher day if it wants to be good. Are we on to something here? The lowest 13, it seems a little weaker. GFAI, if we see a nice pullback, I might take this one. Right now, I'm going to preserve my mental capital if nothing is going to work and just wait. Well, there's no dip. GFAI, no dip. Give us a panic flush, a panic flush. There's 13, and it's mooning, no dip. 1322, potential halt up. False halt. This other one is nonsense. Switching gears. Where is it? There it is. I wanted to dip back into the previous high of day, but the lowest it came was 1220s. At this point, it might as well get locked in. Potential halt at 1344. Will we see a halt up? Will we see a halt up? High was at 1360. Come on down. Come on down some more, please. And hopefully it doesn't flush, right? For like a dollar share drop. Well, we had 85, I believe, for the lows. 83. Quick big red candle here. Quick, well, let's say semi big red candle. So I can hit the bids. Nah, yeah, it's ready to curl up. I'm gonna miss the dip. The other one is back at $2. I'm gonna miss the dip, so I'm gonna have to switch gears, unfortunately, again. Will we see bids here? Candle still has 30 seconds left. GFAI, are we getting a second chance? Man, the DAS platform, I tell you, that offset took so long to get in. Cancel. Jeez. But you can't use market on this thing. It's just too much range. Titanic. Jeez. If it breaks below 50, I'll take the loss. In case it's failing. Are we failing, or is it just a bigger pullback? Let's give it a chance to curl. It looks like it wants to. Can we see 1340 again for a nice red to green? The other one is going. Oh, man, I tell you. Well, sucks for that. Okay, switching back. I do prefer this other one. The spreads are tighter. FOA back up. Maybe I could have still been holding that, but it's kind of dangerous at this point. It should have went back to like 1320. Tried to hit the ask the second time at 1310. No good. And there's a 20-cent spread, so I cannot sell market or I'll just be filled at 85 and I'll only make 10 cents, which is not even worth it. That's the only issue I'll have with these spready stocks. So it looks like it's doing a 5-minute pullback, but at this point, it's too weak on the close of that candle. And of course, we've also missed the red to green here. It's starting to look like one of those days, so I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to remain with small size and just hope we get some sort of entries. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that nice big green day. At this point, we've gotten a little too unlucky. Adjusting expectations. Ay, ay, ay. We don't quite have high day volume on the 5 minute, which I am noticing. Right now I'm just being patient, and we'll see. GFAI might just be a bull trap. I'm leaning towards. Could be a good short, back over 13. Right now I feel like I'm just, I'm in this position where I'm like hoping there's entries, which is not great. We pull back to a low of 12. It doesn't really linger, so there's not a chance to get in. Either we get a new high or it wants to retest the lows, either or. All I need is one good entry here. One good entry is all it's going to take. But will we see that? Low right there was 15. It seems like it's curling. I'm not touching it because it's still in between entries here. Maybe closer to the highs if it's strong enough for 35 I can jump in, but watching and waiting. What are the odds we see a 5 minute pullback? It really shouldn't happen, although it could. What would be good is a break and reclaim. Watching for volume. Is this it? Is this it? Are we going to see a new high of day coming here? 18. Not taking any in-between entries. I want it high or low. Either or. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice down here. There's 11. Is it a breakdown and reclaim or is it Titanic here? It's either a breakdown and reclaim or Titanic. Breakdown and reclaim or Titanic. My stop will be break even regardless. That ad was at 16. Jeez Louise. My average is 14 between the two entries, 11 and 16. I thought it was a little lower, but okay. All right. So we back out of that scratch. I think it's coming down. Um, Again, I wouldn't prefer to see the 5 minute pullback here, but it might happen. 11. Actually, let's take a loss on that. We'll wait. 13. FOA. FOA, I tell you. Well, what happened to me on the first move is what's going to happen to me here again. I'm going to miss the bigger green candles, and I'm trading sideways consolidation, which is not great. It wasn't really a good breakdown in reclaim, so, are we going to come down? We have a topping wick on that candle at 20. GFAI, will it get shorted? There's the breakdown to 07. How low is it going to go? I'm going to throw out an order just to see. I'll get back in if I have to. Okay, I'll get back in if I have to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it doesn't hold here, it's flushing it. It doesn't look like it's holding there either. Okay, it looks like this one might be done. Again, it's like the pullback is too big, if you ask me, right? From a new high of 25, there's no need to be back at 95. So I think this one might be finished again until maybe it gives another move later. Kept it tight, which is good. But again, the issue here is that we missed these green candles. We missed this big move, and we're only trading this. When you only trade this part of the move, of course, it's more difficult to see anything. These type of days, man, it's like, literally, it's like I just have to roll my eyes at the day in a sense because I'm watching the other stock. This one gives a move, I missed the move. It's like, what are you gonna do? The pullback doesn't hold up. If the pullback holds up, we stand a good chance of getting a nice trade. The one area that held up, it quickly came down to 12, but I thought it was a little bit more difficult to get an entry. It pops up to about 25. That was the best dip that I saw in it. Other than that, it's been to the depths. For what I'm looking for, this is too low of a pullback. If this holds up, it's better right here because then we get a short-term wedge. And then let's say we get a green candle that goes like this, or a few green candles maybe like that, like this, and then, you get a new high. GFAI. Let's see the 5-minute chart. It looks a little bit better. We had that topping wick at first. High day 85. Jeez, that's for these DAS platform fills. It's good for the offset, but I mean it takes forever to even come on screen. It's like I rather just hit the bids, and if I don't get filled, I don't get filled. There's 30 cents gone. Not catching any fills there. Again, market is no good. Jeez Louise. 20 cents gone again. What are you gonna do? When it's not going your way, well, it's not going your way. I could take high of day right here, but I'd prefer not to. There might be a third opportunity, as this is the second red candle. The market, the market, the market. I know what I'll do this time if it comes down. Come on. Good, good. Give me something. Tight stop here in case it does flush down miserably. Either a massive red to green or it's done. I didn't take it. I could have took it, but I'm already red, so I'm a little bit more cautious towards that particular type of entry. I mean, it still looks decent. This is as low as it should go if it's strong. Let's throw out another order. Can I get the fill? Nope. Try it for 15. It's lingering here a little too long, though. It should have went, or it should go now at least. There's 40. It needs to get back above 50. A little bit more buying, and we can see 60 out of this. It's a great trade for anybody who might have got the fills. And who the hell is outside talking, man? This time of day. Ay, ay, ay. Yep. Okay. Can we hold above 50 on the bids? It's I'm trying not to get frustrated because of these lack of fills, but the market is killing me here today. I could have already been up 250, 300 on the stock. We should get a new high over 14. Yeah. I'll take 43. No fill. Maybe there's another entry coming. But it's like I should have already had 4 green trades. So if I do take a loss, it's like, it's just going to be bad. I think it's getting ready for that new high. I don't want to mark it in at the highs. It's not the smartest thing right now with this spread. SECO is moving a little bit. Can we see 14? There it is. Come on, we need to break though. Few sellers there. It'd have been hard to get filled on the ask right there, but trying again. Come on. But ladies and gentlemen, that's how you read a stock perfectly and not even be able to make a dime on it. So trading is hard. Lack of fills are hard to deal with. Whether with an offset where we have a little bit more lag because of a third-party platform, or just straight up bids, limit orders on the bids, and not getting fills. So, that's how it goes. I know this guy, man. These, what, I don't know if you guys can hear that noise. Probably not, but there's this guy who's fixing his lawn. He's doing it with his father, I think. And they would come outside and argue about how to do the work. every single day. I mean, it's insane, really, to this point. Let me close this window. We got a high of 14.14. Living in the slums. Living in the slums. I think that's the day for me at this point. I mean, I'll come back later, but these type of days, they're annoying. You know what? What else can I say? I missed the front side of the moves. Now no fills. Man, day trading. And for those of you who saw the recap yesterday, I was only red on that stock because of a bad fill. So now it's like 2 days of me just somewhat feeling like I got robbed here. One because of natural occurrence, the other because of fills, whether high fill or no fill, bad fill. But it goes to show that trading is hard. Trading is hard. You got to really be dialed. You got to be quick. You got to be, you got to be elite. Dog, it's hard. I don't see the full sentence, but I'm seeing be glad. It is a successful day still, right? It's still a successful day because I followed my rules, which in the end will always allow me to be sane. But still, it does feel like there's a void that's a little empty, right? FOA happens to be the hot stock. I'm like, nah, I don't think it'll be good. If that one's the one that goes. So for me to do well on a stock that starts to move, I need to at least have it on the screen, so I can see the level two picking up and can decide to jump in. So P&L on the day, we are down 459, 80 cents. We got 15 minutes till the first hour is up. SECO is trying. I see it. If GFAI doesn't get going here, I think it'll be a short because it's getting like too top heavy at this point. And they would have filled me at 80 right there, boy. No shares available. I tried for 1406 on the bids. No shares available. If it doesn't get going, I think it comes down hard. It should have went already. I had a whole rant and it's still here. Again, SECO potentially. This one needs to hold above high of day 23. If I'm short at '06 right here, if they filled me at 80, I'd already covered because it would have been a poor fill. But if I'm short at '06 right here, I'm watching 10 carefully. If too much green, like let's say buying is coming in over 10, I want to cover immediately. So right here, if it breaks, I'm out. I'm out right there at 14. I'll take the loss. But it's still not ripping. It should be ripping here. It should be ripping. 14, 20, 16 by 23. Yeah, I'd be out for sure, but it's like there's a lack of buying here. Some people will have wider stops though, so they'd probably still be in the trade, maybe 14.50. Because if it fails, it's going back down to $9, right? So, we'll see. Maybe my stop would have been a little too tight, but that's how I do things. This one will be good to keep an eye on though towards the end of the day to see if it held up or not. Sir Clive, man. This is Sir Clive. This is not gonna make me feel any better, man. You took all my Sir Clive took all my fills today. Now see, this is the reason why I didn't get any trades. Sir Clive, he bought exactly where I was buying. So Sir Clive, man. I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. There's more than enough liquidity to go around, but it's all good. Rolex, don't worry, man. I'm completely fine. As fine as you can be on a red day. Feels, you know, doesn't feel like anything, I guess. I program myself to not be high or low, and so I'm always in this Goldilocks zone. But I am a realist, though. I always want to analyze and understand what's happened, and it's why right now I'm like easing off because and I said this earlier. I see it's one of those type of days, and when I say that, it's like a day where, for whatever circumstance, for whatever reason, I'm just not getting to connect how I should have. So I have to just ease off and be patient. Maybe I trade later again in the day, or maybe that's the day we come back tomorrow. Yeah, the latter is Marcelo, you didn't miss much. Slower day. The latter, um the ladder is pretty good, but when you do use the ladder, you have to be sure of where the price is going, which sometimes I'm not completely sure of. For those of you on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. It's tomorrow Friday already. Oh wow, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Okay, yeah, guys. Friday is actually a holiday, and let me post this. Do I still have that saved? No, I do not. I screenshotted it when I signed in. E-Trade usually puts out a briefing. Yeah, tomorrow the markets are closed. I believe the bond markets will be open, but will close early. So check up on the calendar if you need to, but stock market closed tomorrow for Good Friday here in the States. The week has went by so fast. It still feels like it's Tuesday. I don't know. But for those people who do not have paper hands, like I do, look at how well this short trade is working out. Curse my paper hands. And if this is truly finished, we know how the backside usually goes. This thing will be down there $10 in no time. The stairs to go up and the elevator to go down. But yeah, if you're holding with a wider stop, you're still in there because up there at 14, it's like for me on the side of a breakout trader, like where's the move? It should have already went. We saw the beautiful pullback, red to green. It gave those beautiful dips. Now that we held up so well, give us the new high, 1450 minimum. So if it's not pushing up there, it's like, I don't know, something is wrong here. And the lack of buyers, it didn't really feel top heavy. It just felt like lack of buying. Sometimes when they feel top heavy, it's more like if there's sellers coming in, like people are just selling, whether unwinding a position or going short. This one just felt like nobody cared to buy anymore. And that will ultimately lead to selling, right? People who are in just holding at 11, $10, they're going to just say, you know what, man, I'm done with this thing. I'm going to take my gains, $2 a share, and I'm out of here. So if this is the start of the backside, I guess it's a matter of patience. And then, can we break down to 12 and then 11, maybe by lunch hour? Red to green. If you're on the live stream listening in, let me know. I can try to explain. Bonds are essentially debt. Bonds are debt, right? Borrowing, when people borrow, uh, whether for mortgages and other things, they essentially trade that, right? And so imagine a debt collector, right? Imagine a debt collector, but that in itself being on the exchange, right? Just similar to how stocks would be on the exchange. It's the same type of concept. Likewise with futures, right? Futures contracts, the price of certain things like corn, let's say corn, for example, would change, right, over the days. But the futures contract locks in the price at a fixed price, right? Let's say today the price of one corn is $1, but next week, it's 50 cents for some reason. Like that way, the farmers, right, they can guarantee income, right? Because the price fluctuation throughout the future, right, when it just comes to time, used to put them at a great disadvantage. So it's all kind of similar in that sense, right? So they're trading debt, and uh, the reason why and this is a good example to talk about the banks as well, right? I'll try and make this as clear, explain it as best as I can, but when they buy a debt at a certain interest rate, the debt, the, yeah, the debt becomes, it can, well, let's put it like this: the debt can increase in value or decrease in value depending on future rates. So let's say you bought, someone's, your debt collector, right, and you bought someone's mortgage or car loan, but then 2 weeks later the interest rates went up significantly. There's an opportunity cost. You might have locked them in at 10% interest, but the interest rate is now 20%. So you could have had a better deal. And because of that, the bond prices will then go down, up or down based off of the rates, essentially. Not the best. I guess I'm not the best person to be explaining this, but yeah, that's generally how it works, right? But of course, you can read up on some articles, maybe watch a few videos online. There's gonna be people who explain this stuff to the T without stumbling and so forth. Man, I cannot believe that I couldn't get one limit order on this stock. I gotta check my offset too. I remember it being at 10 cents. I might have changed it to 5 cents or maybe even three. If it's at 3 cents, it would explain why I might not have gotten a fill. But if it's at 10 cents, I'll check it later. If it's at 10 cents, there's no excuse. Stocks, bonds, futures, and then there's options, right? And so we're at the green, just like how they'll have ETFs for stocks, there'll be ETFs for bonds, right? And when the interest goes up, it's not necessarily that they're losing money per se, because they're still making money off that interest, right? Whatever loan they're being paid from, but I guess they're just not making as much money. And we all know how the market is when it comes to earnings and guidance and these type of thing. It's like there's always this expectation that you must grow and you must have the best price. If not, you're no longer attractive, right, as a company. And just like that, maybe there's a sell off in the share price and people are moving money into other companies and all sorts of craziness. Investing is quite interesting, and then you have companies like Tesla and a few other ones where they're essentially overvalued, but people are watching at them, with that future mindset of like, hey, in the next 30 years, how are they going to be doing with these semis and all these, and so, you know, the money does come out of thin air is how I look at it. You put in 20 grand into a broker account, you now have 200 grand. You guys know how it is with the margin and the leverage and these things. So there's a lot of money that's like not even really there sometimes. People are in these companies and they're waiting, they're watching. The mathematics is definitely strange in the markets. I've never been a math guy, but some people, so I know some of you guys out there, depending on your backgrounds, you understand it very well, right? And this is where, maybe at some point when we do have certain questions, we can bring on someone who's more versed onto the channel. But, it's like when you think about when a company gets delisted, like how does it work, right? As the investor, the company still has assets. There's no way if I own a million, if I have $1 million worth of this company and they still own assets, there's no way I shouldn't be getting back something, you know? Where's all this money going, right? Maybe the board is paying themselves lavishly, which is usually a thing that happens when companies are failing. They give themselves huge packages and bonuses and then they're out. The investors are left, stranded. Also, what happens when you short a stock? If you're shorting a stock and it gets delisted, how does that work, right? If you're shorting a stock and it gets delisted, if you're short at $100 and it goes to zero and it's off the exchange, preferred shareholders and then common stock shareholders are left to try. You get rich. Illegal dark pools, jeez. What's also interesting with how we trade too is that there are some large, if we want to say whales, right? Big boy investors, big time investors who are buying some of these companies, and their orders are so big that they can't come through a normal market maker. It's like there's like a backdoor access, and they call those dark pools for big, massive positions to pass through without being seen. There's I try not to think too much about these things because it's like the phrase is like a can of worms. It's like a whole universe, right? This market again, the mathematics behind everything, right? The calculus, but at the end it makes sense. Things do work. um you just have to be, I guess you just have to be versed in math to really understand everything fully. Like you'll have the cues, right? The market is essentially going up an infinite amount and that is going down an infinite amount. But how is that possible, right? Shouldn't there be a zero, right? But it's more complex than that. You can't just look at it like that. Again, the math, right? The math is simple, I guess. And again, I'm not really a mathematics person, right? And business, finance, and accounting. Tomorrow is Good Friday once again, and the markets will be closed. So now I'm left going through the rest of this week, knowing that these last 2 days feel a little incomplete, but that's why we have a personal life. That's why we have activities and things that we do to keep us sane, right? Because again, if you allow it to, the market could drive you nuts. The market could drive you crazy if you allow it to. So you always got to keep yourself in check, manage yourself, and understand yourself, right? Know what triggers you, know what gets you out of shape, and frustrated and angry so that you can prevent that from happening. As long as I've been doing it, I still have things that I do that I don't like. At times you guys will just see me go like this, put my hand on my face, and it's like there's certain gestures that I still make that I have to eliminate because ultimately they're weakness. I can express myself once the market is over and I'm at the gym. I can express myself on the punching bag, but not here. All that is doing is distracting myself. Like I go like this. That's 2 seconds of me not looking at the level two already. I've missed a trade potentially. And for this 1 hour throughout the day, there's no room for error, right? Just got to stay focused. Trading is already hard enough. Stay focused, stay locked in, get the job done, get out of here. Make sure we don't lose our accounts or anything crazy. The way how I feel, if I'm to really say it, is I know that I'm more than capable and I have everything I need. On this day, I had everything I needed here to be able to have a successful day, right? To have a successful day, and just through the randomness of the market, you know, through the randomness of the market, because there is a level of chaos here, I happened to not be where I needed to be to get green. In GameStop, GME, I'm not even going to pull it up, but some of you guys may want to take a look at it if you're still going to trade. Right now, I'm just hanging out. GCTK. I'm going to take a break and then I'll come back later. Crispy's probably trading this one here. They love these stocks. I can't, this type of stocks here provide a lot of opportunity, but the risk is very real. The risk is very real. IFRX from yesterday. It would have to, it probably have to curl up a little bit more. I mean, it's moving up, decent volume, but maybe if it gets a little higher up later in the day, might be a little too early. Marcelo, man. Cactus, man. Cactus, you've been so consistent these last couple of weeks. Continue to keep it up, man. This is great. Great work. Awesome. I know I wouldn't say I hate math. I don't really hate anything. I wouldn't say that I hate math. Math, you know, mathematics is just foundation. You really have to understand your basics. And then from there, it usually becomes a little bit more progressive, right? For each subject you go through, it's like you add on, you add on. But if your basics are screwed up, then, if your basics are screwed up, you're done, right? You're not going to really understand what you really need to understand. I do think for some careers it's pointless, but then others it's mandatory, right? If you're an engineer of some sort, and I guess maybe most engineers, architects, I mean, there's certain fields where you just need it. You can't survive without it, right? These scientists, rocket scientists, I mean, the amount of math that goes into these um rocket ships, and these, I mean, it's insane, right? Even when we look at bridges and tunnels and those type of things, it's definitely necessary in a lot of fields. But other fields, depending on what you're doing, all you need to know is the basics, right? 2 plus 2, and then that's it. You'll survive and you'll be good. I've come to realize there's a lot of there's a lot of smart people, and it's good, right? We need as many smart people as we can get, because unfortunately there's also a lot of foolish people, people doing things that it makes you wonder. I mean, the things you see on the internet sometimes, man. I'm telling you guys, if and it's good to have diversity. We don't need everybody to be the same and have like the world be like one of these crazy movies. But in terms of the side of me, when it comes to like aggression and these type of things, like if the world was full of people like me, there'd be no need for you know, I don't even think there'd be need for police. Like, I mean, it's so rare that I would even look to get into anything. Like somebody have to come and mess with me for me to even, you know what I'm saying? It's like de-escalate and avoid, right? You do that and it's like you're winning every battle. Military but yet again, military and all these things, there's so many different reasons. It's not even just warfare, it's like other things, right? Nothing is ever what it really seems. Yeah, not to get into conspiracy or anything like that, but it seems like in this world, almost everything is calculated. Like there's nothing, and the people who put these things in place, at the end of the day, you just have to admire the brilliance, because it's really crazy how well they thought about these things to get people. It's like whether it's our attention, our time, our money. I mean, it's really impressive. It's like you kind of have to give the credit. So, what I've realized is that, okay, this world is kind of messed up and crazy. So I'll just position myself as best as I can, and just create a positive impact wherever I can. Because when you say change the world and these things, I don't really know if that's possible, right? Again, nothing is by chance, and then there's also some very foolish people at the same time. So stay safe out there, guys. Stay green, all right? And that doesn't necessarily just mean manage risk in the markets, but stay safe out there. Pay attention, protect yourselves, and let's live good lives, right? I'm out of here. It's 10:40. I'll come back later, but if I come back, small size. Like I refuse to have this be a big red day. It just, that $800 red day is still haunting me. So I'm gonna make sure to put my share size down right now. And maybe there's a surprise talk later, and I can come here and say, hey, green, couple $100, right? But besides that, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the extended weekend. Have go out there and have some fun, man. Have some fun. Whatever you need to do to recharge, reset, and come back. Enjoy that other project, that other business, whatever it might be. And, spend that family time, and do not obsess about the market. I love to say this because at one point I used to fall victim to just, oh man, it needs to be Monday, 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 forget the weekend. That's unhealthy, especially when you come and Monday is a disaster of a day. It's like, don't put you know, all your mental capacity into this one thing of trading, this one field, right? Don't put all the eggs in one basket. Like we need to give ourselves the chance to be able to be happy in other places of our lives. Once again, other work, other family, friends, whatever it is. So do not obsess, and just take whatever lesson today's given, and then we'll come back on Monday. When Monday comes, we'll be ready. We don't need to wish it's Monday and rush the time. So with that being said, take it easy, stay safe. I'm out of here. It's been a good day. I'll be back. And the pastor. We'll be ready. P&L on the day, we're down 4.59 and 80 cents on the day. We're down, and majority of the loss coming on FOA, where we're down 441.57. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Stay safe, stay green. I am, of course, signing out.